Hello everyone, I'm Chestic44, San Ernest Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Citizen Sleeper. Last episode we did a couple of things. First off, we managed to get the last of the club head caps over to the scientist over in the Greenway, who revealed that the club head caps, they produce stabilizer. We can now create stabilizer, we just have to farm out the club heads. Second, the draw happened for the Sidereal Horizon, but they screwed over everyone who was working on it. Only a few specific people are allowed on, and it's probably only their people. We lost out, and so did Lemon Mina. And finally, Rabaya spoke with Yannick and convinced him that we're going to work for him. So I guess that's what we're going to be doing here. We have the time. We can do a couple of these. And I'll save the last one for another max, because that'll be very good. This last three, I can use it to get some more money. Random bar shift, fine by me. And with that, we'll take another rest. And one self-repair. There we go. We got the last 5 we need. I think it's going to be one more cycle before we got this. Yes, one more cycle. So next cycle we'll have that. Let's go take care of the last thing for Yannick. Factories, restaurants, surgeries, schools, the layers of the block are rich with stories and problems to solve. You're starting to learn them all. You almost laugh when you see it. The same small recorder stuck to a different wall this time. Written across the fluorescent tape is that familiar word, sleeper. You grab it quickly. Rabaya says sorry. Sabine's voice sparks up once again. She said she didn't have time to brief you before setting you up with the old man. I'm sure you've got the play by now. Earn his trust, work the block, then we need you to get into his office. It's risky, but obviously you are the only one of us he doesn't already know. Either way, we need to locate the link to SNARP. You hear a shout in the background of the recording. Rabaya says be careful. Sabine continues. The data suggests there's some relay processing the implant data and sending it to SNARP, but we can't lock down its position. Either he is moving it, or it's moving itself, or it is rerouting through other relays. We can't understand it. Maybe you can find some details on it in his office. Once he trusts you, you should be able to get close enough to get in the office. You only get one shot. The recording creaks and whines. That's the final piece of the puzzle to end this. Good luck, Sleeper. I'm sorry, too. Be safe. The recording clicks off, leaving you in silence. You pocket the recorder just in case and walk away. Looks like it's up to you. Yannick's office. Yannick has asked you to collect his medicine from his office. Now is the only chance to find that relay. Well, we may as well. Relay located. You spot the countermeasure on the drawer moments before you touch it. This has to be it, but you can't rush it. You look at the countermeasure on the drawer. It looks like some kind of shock trap. If you'd grab the drawer, you'd likely have thousands of volts running through your system right now. You wince. Once you find the anchor points, it comes away easily enough. You prise it from the drawer quickly and quietly, then listen for footsteps in the corridor outside. Nothing. All clear for now. You slide the drawer open, looking for other countermeasures that might be inside, expecting to see a chunk of tech, the relay. But as you slip it open, all you see is a handful of wires and an empty implant cradle. Is this some kind of mistake? You freeze for a moment, unsure of what to do next. Why keep an implant cradle so carefully guarded? You remember Yannick having an implant, a small plate on the side of his head just above his ear. You assumed it was for hearing or vision. Those shimmering glasses of his come back to you in your memory. His strange movements, his speech. You look again at the cradle and there it is, printed on the frame. Proprietary technology, property of SNARP. Rabaya said the relay moved, that they couldn't get a fix on it. What if Yannick was the relay? The thought hits you like a shock. Yannick with a remote relay implanted in his head, networked to every single implanted enforcer in the low end. A shudder runs through you. Is he even in control? Or has SNARP wormed its way into the man? Could he even be considered separate from the corporation itself? You think of your own legal status as proprietary technology, a puppet with cut strings. Time to cut Yannick's strings, then. You reach around inside the cradle and find it. A remote connection, a tiny bead of a transmitter, likely controlling the link to SNARP. There it is. You pause for a moment. Then you squeeze it, snap it from the flame, and it crumples, sparks, and dies. It takes a moment before the shouts come, before the scream. And you're already on your way out, down the corridor, down through the unit that serves as the lobby to Yannick's office. Then out onto the walkway where Yannick lies still, enforcers gathered around him, bemused. Approach. You push through the crowd, and there he is, still, crumpled. You arrange him a little, lie him down properly, feeling how thin his body is under his suit. You wonder how long he has been like this. A puppet for SNARP. With the connection cut, nothing remains but his body, which means that Yannick the man was gone a long time before now. You place a hand on his chest. You are sorry for him, but it is done now. And you did not kill this man. You've seen enough. The connection is cut, and whatever Yannick was or had become is gone. Your anger is a hard core in your chest, and all of it is focused on SNARP. Well then, the low end is wild with stories about Yannick's death. You're still waiting for Rabaya to get in touch, but you trust that she will. 4 more cyclists for that. 2 more for Lem and Mina. 1 more for up there. That is not something I expected. 2 more for the aviary. Load more for Rico. I'm going to re-roll this. Oh god, that is bad rolls. Well, I guess I can use these a bit. Actually, better idea. I can do a hack, and then I can do a couple of those. Yep, there we go. Yatagun agent, bypass, get that. There we go. Give this over to Havenage. Oh, I have 2. I didn't even realize. Oh, right. One of the boosts I get gives me 2 data for everything I do. That's actually really good. I completely forgot about that. I can buy from here, can't I? Yeah, I can buy some scrap. Screw it. I'll buy some scrap here. In fact, 1 hack would allow me to afford a bit of scrap. Wait, that's a ship mine fragment. I was expecting actual scrap, but okay. Wait, is the... I can't buy any stabilizer anymore. Well, it's a good thing I know how to keep myself alive without even really needing stabilizer, isn't it? Alright, into the commune, regain some energy. And we'll go ahead, do a repair. End the cycle. Ah, Sleeper! Moritz is waiting for you on your way out. How have you been? Busy? I see. Well, I'll get right to it then. Bliss sent me down. We've scored another contract and she needs your help. That's the message. Look, I know last time the payment didn't come through, but you did good work. Bliss knows that. It's no problem. Okay then. She's doing her best, you know? I know. See you up there. Moritz turns and strides off, leaving you in the corridor. Time to help Bliss, and maybe this time you think to yourself it'll work out. Seems fair enough. We've got a round to do this. May as well. Let's head on up. See what job we have this time. Sycamore seed. Let's see. The sycamore seed needs to be reinforced and sealed, otherwise the crop will be lost. Fragile biome. The sycamore seed's internal biome is in trouble. Every action will bring it closer to collapse. Oh. Vent a section and you have a better chance of saving the remaining crops, but you will lose some in the process. The question is how many? And welding in a zero-G farm is tricky. The torch, the heat, the sealant, everything can damage the crop you're trying to save. Sacrificing a section does hurt, but it gives a lot. Okay, we only lost 6 sections. Fragile biome is fine. That's pretty good. Every action is fragile. One more of those. A 2. Well, we're gonna succeed anyway. There we go. Success. You and Bliss are floating in the bay's airlock waiting for it to cycle. You pick a few leaves from your clothes as you wait. They float around the chamber as if carried by a lazy wind. Clean work. Bliss bows a little. Well, thank you, Sleeper. You didn't do so bad yourself. She checks her tool belt. Seems like we are getting into a good rhythm. The now familiar sequence of clunks and rattles sound out, and then the door hisses open. The moment it does, you know something has once again gone wrong. What's all this? Bliss asks confused-looking Moritz. Beside him are a set of crates anchored to the bay floor. He has clearly just brought them in through the bay's freight lock. Moritz looks nervously between the two of you before answering. It's payment. He runs a hand along the crate. The Sycamore Seed crew just brought them over. He stops, but seeing the look on Bliss's face, adds, They were very thankful. I bet they were. What the hell is inside? Moritz leans over and struggles with the catches on each side of the top crate. As he does, Bliss turns to you. Don't say it. Don't you dare say it. Say what? You know. This isn't my fault. Moritz finally gets the catches free and the lid floats off, drifting up into the bay. As he does, a small brown lump floats up with it. Moritz reaches out and catches it as it passes him. Is that a mushroom? A damn mushroom. They paid us in mushrooms. Not just mushrooms. He holds out a clump of tightly packed leaves. Produce. Bliss starts laughing. Goddamn hyper commune! Should have known they didn't have a chit to rub between them. She knocks a small brown mushroom across the bay. Stop, Bliss. Moritz grabs her hand. These are good. They're fresh. We can sell them. To whom, Moritz? Are we running a grocer's now? We need cryo, otherwise this whole bay will be shut down. We can't pay for parts with leafy greens. She waggles them in Moritz's face. Moritz is right. Bliss raises an eyebrow. Fine. Maybe Moritz is right, but what do we do between now and market day? What a joke this place is turning out to be. Moritz closes up the crates and starts moving them. It isn't that bad, Bliss. It's a step in the right direction. He glances at you, looking for backup. They'll sell well. Looks like I went into business with a couple of wannabe farmers. Prove me wrong then. Show me this is a windfall. She kicks away towards the new, patched-together terminal. Until then, I'll be working on how to keep this place open. Moritz mouths a thank you and goes back to moving the crates. You'd better be on your way, too. Bliss is taking another shot at landing a contract. After the run you've had, this seems like a last chance. Wonderful. Well, we did get some mushrooms, so we got a load of Girol caps. That's a plus. The rest of this, we're still kind of waiting. One more cycle and we'll be able to deal with Lem and Mina, and I think this will finally be gone, the Sidereal Horizon. With nothing else to do right now, I guess we rest. Use a self-repair. End the cycle. And a few things should be ready. Lem and Mina are ready. And the Sidereal Horizon should be gone. Oh yeah, that's just an empty space now. Oh boy. Alright, let's see how he's holding up. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor playing with Bun Bun. Hey, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. How are you? Bun Bun is sad, says Mina, nodding the toy's head in agreement. Like Daddy. You look around the unit. It is a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes piled up in a corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor, her drawing slate cracked and dark. Play with Mina. You sit down beside Mina and she turns away, taking Bun Bun with her. But after a little while, she turns back and you play together. She insists you both Bun Bun on a trip away, dragging the stuffed rabbit across counters and surfaces. You've just started to look at fixing Mina's cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you... He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops a bag by the door and slumps onto the couch. Where were you? Lem ignores your question, asking one of his own instead. What are you doing here? Mina's not supposed to let anyone in. He glances at her disapprovingly, but she shoots back her own angry look. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up, that's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the cruise. Turns out only long-time Havenage members were issued those Celis ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Havenage say they don't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Celis pulled the wool over their eyes, but what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They're moving the side rail up to the hub now, you know. He says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They're bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could sneak aboard. You think they're just going to let people on board? The security they'll have has to be impossible. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. We had our hearts set on that trip is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I missed you these past few cycles. I miss that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around, be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the side reel will bring in a crowd. But be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there, ask me. But for now, me and Meanie here are sticking to the eye. Thanks, Lem. No, thank you, Sleeper, for coming by. You stand to leave, and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you are out, back in the walkways of the Lowend, already thinking of plans to make this right. Well, looks like we gotta go up there, and we'll probably find, I don't know, something. Side reel dock. The side reel is being loaded and prepped among all the commotion. Is it possible to find a way on board? You hope against hope that there's a chink in the side reel horizon's vast armor. We have a few good rolls here. You watch the loading crews going back and forth, noting their paths and entryways. Could this work? Ugh, poor rolls. Quite the achievement, isn't she? Senator Celis must be proud. You recognize the resonating voice of Castor immediately and turn to see him, hooded and tucked into the shadows near the viewing platform. Castor. I see you remember our game. Good. He looks around, but the platform is clear. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a rematch. Microgravity makes Tabla a little difficult. Castor walks out to stand beside you on the platform. The telltale clunk of magnetic boots accompanies his slow crossing. He notices you looking at them. I don't much like it up here. I hear there was some trouble at the Havenhead shipyard when they announced the results of the crew lottery. I was there. I know. An ugly business. Celis are too used to the way things work in the core. Exploitation is the only logic they know. He gestures out at the side reel. You know why they built this monstrosity on the eye? Money. That was a part, perhaps, but there are cheaper shipyards. He stares at the pristine yellow hull. Celis built it here because they didn't want anyone to know it exists. And secrecy is something I cannot abide. He turns to face you. There are people being loaded onto that ship as we speak. Sleeping people, locked in cryosleep like the person that you were emulated from. There are hundreds of them, and Celis wants to send them out to a planet at the edge of the settled systems without anyone knowing where it is. But you, Sleeper, can do something about that. You are like me. You deal with data. You can read it right out of the air. With someone like you on that ship, secrecy isn't a problem. You can ping back whatever I need, whenever I need it. As long as you are on board. With you on the side reel, and with some minor modifications, you can be my eyes and ears. I will keep track of Celis' grand project through you. In short, I can get you aboard, Sleeper. But I am going to need you to help me. Who are you? I am a concerned party. Someone who likes to know what is happening when it is happening, not afterwards. It's not just me. Yes, your friend Lem, that can be arranged. It is difficult, but not impossible. The condition is, of course, that you go too. Castor clunks closer to the window, watching the tugs wheeling around the side reel. It's a simple offer, and the only one that will get you on that ship. Please consider it. He turns back, silhouetted against the ship. But to make it happen, I need your assistance, as I said. There is a Celis Foundation ship docked in the now empty shipyard. I need the data from its servers. This will allow me to produce the IDs necessary for your transit. Castor looks over his glasses at you. Celis aren't stupid, though. Their ship is totally isolated from the station. You'll need to get on board if you want access to their air-walled servers. Once you have the data, meet me at your friend's unit so we can give him the good news. I noticed his importance to you. And the little one. So cute. You don't extract the data before the sidereal horizon leaves the hub, then I will get the message. We have other options, but you are certainly my preferred one. But be sure when you act, Sleeper. Once you take the data from Celis, you'll set off a series of events that will likely be hard for you to entangle yourself from. Either way, I recommend you stop asking around up here. You're bringing a lot of attention to yourself. Castor glances around as if to emphasize this point. There are only a handful of cycles until departure, Sleeper. Make your decision. With that, Castor marches back off the platform, the sound of his mag boots fading away, leaving you to contemplate the sidereal horizon and the part it may play in your future. Okay, and we have 8 cycles. 8 cycles to make a decision. And the thing we need to do is way down here, I believe. Yep, the Celis ship. We can bluff mass security or observe and explore. Patrol patterns, security information, server room locations. You need to pace this place bit by bit. But if security gets wise to the potential breach, the Celis ship will go into lockdown for several cycles. If we observe and explore, careful observation and an instinct for security procedures will help you understand how to sneak on board. Or the fastest way to get to know a ship is by pretending to work there. Plan so bold it might even work. Which is actually very true. That is a common way to do things. But I think we're going to do this in the next episode. Or something. This one's gone on about long enough. I am just going to throw these in here. Do some casual sunbathing to regain energy. And one more of these. And there we go. And with that, I am going to end this episode here. Next episode, clearly we have a goal. We need to see if we can get on there. Till then, I am Chestic44, Arsene is Fly. This has been a Let's Play of Citizen Sleeper, and I shall see you all next time.